Going on? It is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Can I get a roll tide inside the comment box? I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for joining us today on the show. It is Friday. It is June 27th, and the summer rain continues. It's going to be a very busy next couple of, 10 days as Alabama continues to climb the recruiting rankings. Yesterday was a very prosperous day as Alabama brought in not only one prospect, but two. Xavier Crowwell, one of the crown jewels in this class of 2026, who reclassified as a five-star running back, picks Alabama over Texas, Georgia, and Auburn. And then later in the evening, the number one player in the state of Illinois, Max Sutter, also committed to the Tide. So you got two in the tank yesterday. And as you saw just a while ago, and I'll get to it in a minute, but Xavier Griffin, a five-star linebacker who will be committing on Sunday, has just been predicted to Alabama as well. And also today, you got Zay Hall, another linebacker right here out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, who has been predicted to Alabama. He'll be committing today. So I'm going to break it all down, organize it, talk about it, celebrate it with you. And I think first and foremost, I'm going to continue to show this graphic right here as we cruise through the summer rain, because I think it's important to showcase what Courtney Morgan and Keelin DeBoer have done here in Tuscaloosa in now a year and some change, right? You look to last year's recruiting class, and it was elite, honestly. And now the tracks have been laid, and these two guys are going into their second season, GM and head football coach. They continue to showcase that Alabama football recruiting has not dropped off in the slightest, right? And I think that was one of the things that we were all kind of wondering was, with Coach Saban now exiting and retiring, what would Alabama football recruiting look like, right? Of course, Alabama is always going to have the resources. They're always going to have that tradition. It's going to be an iconic program. But look, you got to, for prospects to be able to commit, you have to be able to buy into the coach's philosophy and his organization. Well, these two guys, these two gentlemen, have done one hell of a job in continuing the exceptional recruiting with the University of Alabama. And I'm predicting that Alabama will have a top 5 class sooner than later, if not top 3, if not number 1. And this could happen very soon. This could happen by maybe July 10th. So things are about to really ramp up. And I think the prospect that really broke the levee was Xavier Crowwell. We were kind of waiting. Which guy would do it? Who was going to do it? Last year it was Keelin Russell, right? And then you kind of had the wave of commitments. This time I think it was Xavier Crowwell. Ironically, another 5-star player on the offensive side. So these two guys, thumbs up inside the comment box for Courtney Morgan and Keelin DeBoer on the recruiting trail. Look, like there's no way that you could spin it another way. Like these guys are doing what they need to do to excel on recruiting. All right, today, as you know, show sponsor of this segment, America's favorite drive-in, Sonic, out in West Memphis, Arkansas, Marion, Arkansas, where I-55 and I-40 meet. We appreciate their continued support for our YouTube channel and our recruiting segments as we cruise through the month. Now, as you just saw, and this is fresh out the kitchen, all right? Fresh. Xavier Griffin has been predicted to Alabama. I was a little bit worried about this. I thought that Texas, and look, Texas, they came after Xavier Crowwell up until the final point, and Alabama was able to outmuscle Texas, okay? Plus that and the fact that Xavier Crowwell grew up a Tide fan, I think, that was where he wanted to go. Xavier Griffin, I kind of thought that Texas would be making another run here. Alabama has just outmuscled Texas for 2-5. Listen to what I'm about to say. Alabama has just outmuscled Texas for 2 5-stars, okay? Xavier Griffin is about to commit on Sunday. It's amazing, man. This is monumental news. All right, so Xavier Griffin will commit on Sunday. I don't know what time. I don't know if we have a time at this point. But Xavier Griffin will announce on Sunday. This is let me ask you this, just from the jump. What do you think about, the impact of another 5-star jumping on board on a scale of 1 to 10, right? And I see some feedback inside the comment box in terms of the usernames not chunk. I have no idea. It probably just some sort of YouTube thing. Maybe refresh. I'm not sure. I'll check on my phone to see if I see anything different. I don't really see anything different. So just keep rocking with it. I don't know. Maybe it'll work out. Just let me know. Be like, yo, this is Chad Kennedy or this is Ethan. All right, I got you. Smitty J Hertz. That's tight. That's a good name as well. And we'll still do our morning shout outs in a minute. But this is fresh off in Xavier Griffin, a 5-star out of the state of Georgia, who was committed to USC at one point, has now been predicted to commit to Alabama, and he will announce on Sunday. My goodness, man. What an elite class that this is turning out to be, right? Wow. Unbelievable. All right. Also today, so this is Sunday, but also today, looks like you have another commitment coming your way. And this is Zay Hall, who's out of Hillcrest in beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Today at 5:20 p.m. Central Time, you will have a linebacker announcing his commitment for Alabama. 6'2.5", 220 pounds? Man. Yeah, you're right. You know what, I'm going to throw that up on the screen. Fromm said, you know what, Courtney Morgan did say this a while ago, that the gloves are coming off. And, man, Alabama's about to start just completely rising in the recruiting rankings, right? So Zay Hall, I think Zay Hall is a 3-star. But you know what? I was thinking about, like, you know, people talk about 3 stars and they get upset and all bent out of shape. Your entire class isn't going to be 5 stars. If you get 3 5 stars, that's considered exceptional. Alabama probably is going to end up with 5 or 6 5 stars in this class. What is that? Phenomenal? I mean, even USC right now, who's leading the pack, who has like, what, 25 commitments? They have a lot of 3 stars within their class. And I see you guys mentioning the usernames. I don't know. Recently, I saw YouTube doing something with kind of the chat system. I don't do any of that. Let me double check on my on the homepage just to see what's up. Yeah, I don't see it. Maybe it's just like a YouTube glitch. I didn't do anything different today, so it's a YouTube thing. But just let me know who you are inside the comment box. If you're Chris from New Jersey or Chad, I got you. Don't worry. So Zay Hall today at 5:20 p.m. All right. Heads on a swivel for his announcement. This should be fun. Let's do our morning roll call with our alias names. So again, I don't know. It looks like something like within YouTube changed the names for today's show. Hopefully not forever. But let's see. This should be fun. All right. Let's see who's checked in. Roll Tide Probs. What's up, man? Bama Girl. What's going on? Appreciate you being here. Is this Alyssa? Young C. What's up? Kimberly. All right. Twan out in Naples. All right. Bishop. Big salute, man. What's up? Daniel Adams, of course. Herman, I got you. Let's see. Young C. Oh, Keelin the Boss. Yeah, it changed all your guys' names. Todd Tipton. Oh, man. Dan Caraway, still got you. Anita, what's up? Kaylin Childress. We got a super chat that just came in. That's what's up. We'll get to you in a minute. This is Chad Kennedy. Smitty J Hertz. This is tight, Chad. I like this. Let's see who else. Oh, King Riz. I know who you are, of course. Colby Too Cold. This is Ethan. I know Ethan because he's always bringing the spirituality as well. Robert Bradley Jr., of course. Melon Jesus. Miss Careless. What's up? Anna, what's up? Anna from Atlanta. Bruce Williams up in the house. Ephraim. See, I know some of you guys. Trevor in with the big super this morning. That's what's up, man. That gets you into the raffle as well. And by the way, we are spinning the pinwheel today. So let's see what Trevor has to say. Trevor has to say this. Roll Tide, roll Tide. Kyle, summer rain is coming down hard, 100%. Tackle from Hawaii coming to Tuscaloosa. Trevor from LaGrange checking in. You know, so Malachi Lee is also committing today. It doesn't look like he's going to be in this class. I don't know if, I mean, look, I would love to have him in the class. I saw some feedback about Malachi, and it said that, you know, he wasn't the best in pass block. I don't know. Like, he seemed like a great prospect to me. Guys are going to go elsewhere. Alabama's going to get theirs. Other programs are going to get theirs. I think for Malachi Lee, it seems like Michigan might be the landing spot for him. Michigan been cleaning up. So is Notre Dame, right? A lot of these schools. But Alabama is about to go on an absolute tear. Absolute tear for Alabama. So I appreciate the super chat, man. That's what's up, man. And roll tide to you 100%. All right, Chris from New Jersey. Got you in here. Rocket Town, what's up? I have no idea why the names are different. Army 3275. I appreciate you guys being here on the show. So this is the raffle, and it's we'll spin the pinwheel today. So one more time, if you want to get into the raffle, and we'll continue to do raffles throughout the summertime into the season. But Bama_YouTube and Cash App Bama YouTube, $10 to enter, up to 3 opportunities, and this is what we're doing today on this particular raffle. And if you want the gear directly, you can go to the Athlete's Thread if you want. Here's the retail price on that, which is $109 for this jersey. And you know what? I didn't. Let me see real quick, because I said I was going to do this yesterday and I forgot. I just want to see if there is a Keelin Russell Athlete's Thread jersey, because I know you guys were asking about that. Athlete's Thread jersey. All right, let's see. Yeah, there is. Yep. But I don't know why this one is more expensive. So see, the retail price right here for the Ryan Williams one is $109, but the one that I'm looking at for Keelin Russell is $119. I don't know why. But if you want a Keelin Russell one, I'm down to send that one out to you. So whoever wins, this is how it's going to work today. Whoever wins the jersey today, you will email me, right, the jersey that you would like, and we'll get that out to you. All right, so we'll spin it on the back end of the show. All right, and I got Ella in as well, so I got Ella 2 times. All right, couple pieces of news before we kind of recap yesterday, which was really an incredible day for Alabama. But did you see this? Graham Simpson, the brother of Ty Simpson, has been offered by Alabama. Joe Crooms, I appreciate the super chat, brother. Did you guys see this? He's a freshman right now in Tennessee. He threw 59 touchdowns and 1 interception last year as a freshman. Yeah, I got you, King Grizz. Man, so Graham Simpson. Wild, right? And you know what they say about younger brothers, right? The younger brother is always better. That's what they always say. 59 touchdowns and 1 interception. So he's in the class of 2028. So Alabama offered him yesterday. That's wild. All right. Also in the news, Keelin Russell on the cover of Men's Health. This was a couple days ago. I forgot to talk about it yesterday. Man. Did anybody get this copy? You know what? Men's Health, I had kind of forgotten about it, to be honest. Like, I was really big into Men's Health, like the magazine. But, man, this is still I mean, think about it. Millions of eyeballs, and this guy just turned 18 years old. And he's on the front page of Men's Health. Man, what an honor. These guys are, I mean, look, the Bama swag is full on back. Alabama has so much momentum right now. It seems to me like these guys are more kind of in the news, more in interviews, more at like the top end than I've seen before. So Keelin Russell on the front of Men's Health. Daniel, I didn't pick up the copy, but I'm interested now, man. Daniel says that the interview is crazy. Have to go check it out. I mean, where do you even get magazines? I guess Books A Million, right? You got to go to Books A Million to get it. Where else did they sell magazines? I guess at the grocery store still. Right? Barnes and Noble, like Books A Million, Barnes and Nobles, the grocery stores. Adam Poe is like, that's how NIL is supposed to be. And that's probably right. It probably was a paid interview, right? Daniel Adams saying it's online. Okay, so if you guys want to read the article, it's online. All right, thanks for the heads up. All right, got to manifest it. I've been kind of warming up the sticks because NCAA football is about to drop. I was able to win the Heisman with Ryan Williams on his third year. So these are some of the stats that I put up on his third year. It took me so long to put together a whole season. It literally like months because I just haven't been playing. But for Ryan Williams, I have 57 yards, 57 receptions, 1,300 yards, and 19 touchdowns. And I was able to win the Heisman Trophy with him. So you got to manifest it. I put this out on Facebook and someone was like, that's not Ryan Williams. I was like, no, it's the video game version of him. And then someone's like, he's not a junior. He's a sophomore. And I was like, I know, but in my dynasty, I was like, I can't explain it. Can't explain it all. All right. Now that you've had time to absorb yesterday, and King Riz, I got you, bro. Chris Millinder, I got you, bro. Now that you've had time to kind of let this sink in, how big was this? You know, I mean, I asked this yesterday, and you guys all said 10 out of 10. But, man, this was a really big get for the Crimson Tide yesterday. This was just what Alabama needed in turn. Yes, there you go, Timothy, inside the comment box. Kind of the dominoes, right? Or the levee was about to break. Like, you wanted something to really happen. Ryan Harris inside the comment box is like, this class is turning into Saban's 08 class. Scary to think about. I'm going to show you some graphics in just a minute on the guys that could be committed by, what, July 5th, July 6th? It's crazy. I think I have Alabama at like, what, five stars by then? 6 5-stars, I think. And I think right now, can you give me a check on 247? Where does 247 have Alabama right now? Hey, Bentley boy, bro. I know the avatar. Even though your username got changed like everybody else's, I still know where you're at. Where's Alabama on 247? Because I think on through there, number 8, right? In Big Slime, dude, I agree with you, bro. The class is going to be phenomenal. Huge pickup yesterday, getting Crowwell. This is my scouting report of the young man. Now, keep in mind, 210 pounds, 5'11" or whatever. Elite burst. And this is going off his sophomore film, which I'm really blown away. I can't believe he's a sophomore. Yeah, I know he reclassified, but that was his sophomore film that we're going off of. Elite burst, acceleration. He does have home run speed. Really good vision, patience. He's got power and balance. He never goes down on first contact. kind of like a Nick Chubb meets Jahmyr Gibbs. You guys were saying Josh Jacobs. Have you had time to assess who you compared him to? And inside the comment box, it looks like On 3 has Alabama number 8 and 247 has Alabama number 11. Top 10 team. Top 10 right now. Who would you compare him? The 16-year-old. That's crazy, man. Hey, Chad, it looks like Malachi Lee is going to end up at Michigan, for those of you asking. I know he's committing today, the 6'7" offensive lineman. Joe Crooms is saying Bo Scarborough. That's not bad. I think Bo is a little bit taller, but maybe the same playing style. Ryan Harris is saying Mark Ingram. That's, you know what? That's actually not bad. All right, we got someone asking for just the good stuff. So usually if I see somebody, because people pop in and pop out, I like to get to them. Xavier Griffin has been predicted to Alabama. He will announce on Sunday. We do not have a time at this point, but he is predicted to Alabama and he is committed. He is committing on Sunday. All right, in terms of comparisons, King Riz says Josh Jacobs, Mark Ingram, Trent Richardson. Dude. Bijan Robinson. No, he's a monster. All right. What's up, Carrick? Good to see you, brother. All right, so let's look. I'm going to turn on the tape in just a second. This is Alabama's running back class right now, the roster. It's really an exceptional roster for running backs. The guy that nobody talks about, Jam Miller. You'll learn. Jalen Washington, right? Each of these guys are seniors. Richard Young, beast. Daniel Hill. I think Daniel Hill's like at 250 pounds right now. Kevin Riley. And AK Deer. The room is loaded. Okay, so these two guys are clearly going to move on to the NFL, right? So what does next year the running back room look like? Well, this is it. And I just kind of elevated the graduation years, right? So Richard Young be a redshirt junior. Daniel Hill, right? He'll be a junior. Kevin Riley will be entering his third year. AK Deer. And you know what? I was talking about this yesterday in the show. I think that AK Deer was I don't know if he was a consensus 5-star. Like, no disrespect. Like, I think he was a 5-star on 3 and a 4-star on 24/7, something like that. Who cares? Like, the guy's a baller, clearly. And then Xavier Crowwell will just be getting here, and same thing with Jahvari Barnett. I mean, absolutely loaded for years to come. And I think it was also important to get Crowell in because I think some people were like, the narrative is under Ryan Grubb is just going to be pass happy and they're not going to utilize the running backs well. I think that just shows you that they painted the vision to be like, look, we're going to feed you the rock, period. Right? So that's 2026, the running back room. All right, let's turn. I love these highlights. I go full screen again. This is Xavier Crowwell, who committed yesterday, running back. Keep in mind, was he 16 here or 15? This is crazy if he was 15 during these highlights. This was his sophomore season. And absolutely wonderful. Look at that. Gets off, first tackler. Can't catch him. Gets to the outside. Nobody wants him. He's got that breakaway speed. Absolute monster. Here he is in the backfield right here. Takes a handoff. Nice cut. Makes, 4 guys miss? He's much faster than I thought. Takes a handoff, reads his blocks. Nice lane. Can't tackle him. Cut back. Good vision. Very good vision, young man. He's got the breakaway speed. Very, very good. Jamie, what's up? I see you inside the comment box. Okay, let's see this clip. Handoff. Nice cut. Good speed. Power. Shiftiness. I'm telling you, man, this guy, look at this run. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. This dude just ran 150 yards. Monster. I haven't been this excited about a running back in quite some time. His highlights are tight. I love AK Deer, don't get me wrong. Screen. He just got such a burst, right? Like, look at that. And 210 pounds? Ryan's like, they better fix the O-line. Man, if they do, you've been warned. Nice cut. Man, right there. Do you see that? How he's able to split the secondary? Man, fast. I could watch his tape again and again. Right there. Bam. Man, breakaway speed. Shoot. Big Slime points out Alabama only signed 2 5-stars last year, consensus 5 stars. Now you're going to get, what, 5, 6? I think I have a graphic. I think it's either 5 or 6 that I'm predicting Alabama does get. I think we got a couple more clips of Xavier Crowwell. He's got a nice stiff arm, too, and then he's able to just kind of accelerate. You're not going to take somebody like that, 210 pounds, by going up high. All right, so that was commitment number 1. And then, as you know, later on in the evening time, Max Sutter, 6'5", 225-pound tight end, committed to Alabama as well. I love this guy's tape. This guy's film is fantastic as well. And I think out of all the tight ends, because there's some pretty good tight ends in this class, I'm not going to lie. Like, I know the Xavier, Tiller guy ended up going to Florida State. I think Prothrow maybe go to Georgia. But there's some good tight ends, and I don't think that this guy was a backup at all. I don't think that this guy was like a plan B. I think this guy is better than Roman Voss, the guy who stuck with Minnesota by far. And this guy's highlight tape, I'll show you it again. They put him all over the place. I mean, he lists himself as a wide receiver. A tight end. He even plays outside linebacker as well. Sutter's good. Very, very talented. Really good hands. He's got good speed. There he is, adjusting to the football right there. That's him throwing the ball. Did you see that? He played quarterback. He's way better than Voss. 100%. I agree with that. Here he is, top of your screen as the wide receiver. Cuts in on a seam route. Beats the defender. Has those long legs. You're not going to catch him for, what was that, 70-yard touchdown? Here he is on the outside. Super deadly. Can go up and get those one-on-one balls. I mean, there's nothing more dangerous than a tight end that is dynamic inside the red zone. Here he is putting that dude into the ground, getting to the outside. Here he is on the defensive side of the ball, fighting off a tackle, getting to the quarterback. This guy's a weapon, man. This guy is like that athlete on NCAA football you recruit, and he's 6'6", and you can put him like all over the place. Here he is coming across the middle of the field. Nice hands, tucks it, picks up the first down. Top of your screen, wide receiver. Good block right there. Very good stock block. Very good. Love to see that. Here he is at quarterback. Back to pass. Dude, he's not a bad quarterback, okay? Look, he's really not a bad quarterback either. Man, here he is as an inline. Little block, screen, catch, tuck, turn up field, make a couple guys miss. They love this play right here. Same thing. Kind of sneak out, gets a good block from his wide receiver, picks up a lot of yards. So, holy cow. Look, did you see him playing quarterback? Did we have that down that he plays quarterback? All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves real quick. Okay, so here's where we stand right now. You got Xavier Crowwell and you got Max Sutter up at the top. Today is June 27th. It looks like Malachi Lee is going to commit to Michigan, right? Yeah, Sam Mullins talking about Sutter. He's like, he did everything. He did. He literally did. Xavier Griffin. I know a lot of people have been asking about Griffin. He's committing on Sunday. That's the 29th. That following Monday, and he's been predicted to Alabama. That following Monday, you have Owen Cabell, very talented wide receiver out of Nashville. He'll be committing. And then on Tuesday, Brian Williams. This is crazy. We're about to go nuclear with commits. Brian Williams is 6'4" wide receiver out of Florida, right? He commits. And then the day after, Cedarian Morgan on the 2nd. That one's going to be crazy. I mean, these commits are going to be monumental. It looks like Boobie Feaster has been forecasted to LS Pooh. I didn't see that. I mean, they're going to get theirs. And then Jariah Edwards, commitment date on July 5th. He's been predicted to Alabama as well. I have Matt Ponatowski down there. He could change his date. I don't know if anybody has forecasted the quarterback, but Alabama will take 2 quarterbacks in this class. Here's what I was thinking. Here are the commitments that could be in by July 5th, right? As well as other ones who have committed. But you just got Crowwell. You just got Sutter. But look what's about to happen. What we say, could Alabama go 7 for 7 during this stretch? Well, 1 for 1, 2 for 2. Xavier Griffin up next, 3 for 3. Cabell, 4 for 4, 5 for 5, 6. Is Alabama going to go 7 of 7 in this stretch? Thumbs up inside the comment box right now if you think Alabama goes 7 for 7 with these guys. They're already 2 for 2. And as I said yesterday, and a couple days before, I was a little bit nervous about Griffin. Then I saw the big dogs in the recruiting world say that Griffin has been predicted to Alabama. So feel good about that one as well on Sunday. 7 for 7. Man. And then I started thinking about this as well. I was like, and I was like, well, what did the 5-star situation look like by July 10th, right? Look at this. This is crazy. So by July 5th, and I don't think Tank Jones has a date yet in terms of his announcement, but this is crazy. Let me go full screen on this. So by July 10th, this is who could be committed to Alabama in terms of 5 stars. I think by this time, Alabama should be number 1 in the country in recruiting, right? 5 stars by the 10th. And look, you throw on, if Alabama's able to get Tank Jones, that would be 6 5 stars in this class. That would be crazy. Jariah Edwards, right? He's already been forecasted. Okay. Jordan Edmonds, he's been committed for the longest time, pretty much shut things down. Hasn't gone to visit Georgia at all. Xavier Griffin, he commits on Sunday. He's been predicted to Alabama. Cedarian Morgan, this guy is a strong Alabama lock, right? And then Crowwell just committed yesterday. Hey, Boris, what's up, man? I see you inside the comment box. And Chad has it August 15th for Tank Jones. Cool. Exactly. I mean, having 5 is absolutely wild. But you could probably have 6. I think 6. I know it's probably too early, but man, Tank Jones seemed to be really, really happy in Tuscaloosa a couple days ago. So wild. Joe Blankenship says Tank Jones named Alabama as his lead school. And Adams points out that Crowwell is not a 5-star on 247. Huh, interesting. I'm sure they'll readjust it with the rankings and give him the 5-star bump. I mean, watching his tape speaks enough, man. Those are some 5-star highlights that we just watched. Man, holy cow. So that's kind of where things stand, you know, by July 10th. I mean, I would be completely shocked if Alabama doesn't have, you know, all these guys up in the tank. Hey, thanks for the super chat, bro. Let's see who we got here. Night Howler. That's what's up. You know, I don't know what happened with your guys' the usernames today. I think it was kind of cool. We were able to get the original usernames. Hopefully it goes back. All right, we got a huge pinwheel coming up for the jerseys. I'm going to take a commercial break, organize things. We'll come back. We'll play pinwheel, and then we'll kick it on Friday right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Pinwheel, big ticket item, coming up next right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Be back in 2 seconds. All right, fam, what's going on? Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for playing pinwheel right here on Bama Football on YouTube every single day. We do raffles. Today we're raffling off a jersey. Remember to email me. I put my email inside the comment box, nmpreps@gmail.com. If you do win, I appreciate you guys rocking with me. This has been a hell of a time to be an Alabama football fan with the recent commitments, and it's only going to heat up, all right? So I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you so much, and I love you guys for joining the pinwheel, all right? So without further ado, let's get into it. There's a lot of big dogs up in this one. We had a big lineup for this one, all right? So without further ado, here we go. Pinwheel, no whammies. I'll go full screen. 3, 2, 1. Here it is. Here's the pinwheel. Who we got? Daryl Phillips. Daryl Phillips. Congratulations. I think a first-time winner in the winner's circle. Daryl Phillips, man. Good win. Definitely. Hit me up for your jersey. Daryl Phillips. Please email me and put the email inside the comment box. Good win, Daryl. Hey, I appreciate you guys, fam. News as it happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama on this fine Friday, June 27th. Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. I love you, fam. See you next time right here on Bama Football on YouTube. See you, fam. Love you guys. I'm out.